And I am Stephanie Darty, and I chose to do my video on prep for a vacation. So most of the time when you're prepping for a vacation, you always have a little bit of stress because you always want to know what you're going to bring. And well, so it just kind of depends on what kind of vacation you're going to take to what you got to prep for. So my choice of vacations is camping. Every year I go camping, and I always get together with church people and family members, and we usually group camp. And it's usually kind of a primitive camping, and there's minimal electric and minimal water, so it's kind of something that everybody just shares. Um, so I have to think about what I need to bring, and most of the time I don't bring electronics, obviously. Well, the three things that I like to do before I go is clean my house, find where my pets need to go, and then what I need to take. So first of all, making sure that my house is clean. Uh, it's sometimes doesn't go as easily and as smoothly as you think it should, especially since I have two small children. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. And if you have a 5-year-old or a 2-year-old or any child that's small, you kind of know that trying to clean the house while they're in the house is like shoveling in a snowstorm. It doesn't happen very well. So just trying to prep for that and do all of the things that I need to get done before I leave, so when I come home my house is clean and I don't have to worry about having to clean up the house. So the big things that I usually try to make sure are done are my dishes, the toilet clean, and especially I need to make sure that my lawn is mowed. Because if my lawn's not mowed, by the time I get back, it's going to be super high. And most of the time when I come back, it's got to be mowed again. So um, those are some pretty big things that I need to make sure are done. The next thing that I like to do would be situate my pets. I have a turtle, a goldfish, and I have 2 dogs. So my turtle, he's usually pretty easy. We buy about a dozen fish and put them inside of the tank with him. And then we chop up some lettuce and tomatoes and we stick that up into his little home where he sits on top of the tank. Our goldfish is super easy to take care of. We just stick in a self feeder and it starts to dissolve and it feeds him over the week. Our dogs, on the other hand, they're a little bit more picky, especially since we have an Anatolian Shepherd. And if you ever know what an Anatolian Shepherd is, it's a really big dog. So we have to make sure that we have a place where they can house her for a week. Our other dog is Puggle. She's pretty easy and she's old, so she doesn't take up a lot of uh, time. Where the Anatolian Shepherd, she needs a lot more people contact. Well, we did a lot of research and we just were not happy with any of the pet kennels in our area, except my husband. He works for a man whose wife runs a no-kill shelter, and her place is beautiful, and she takes care of the animals so well, and she offered to watch our dogs for us. And so she kept them for the week. I don't even think they really wanted to come home by the end of the week. They were so happy and so spoiled while they were there. The next thing that I like to do is kind of think and make a list of everything that I need to pack. And for camping, especially primitive camping, I need to make sure I have a tent. I need to make sure that I have camping chairs, bed, and since I got children, I got to make sure I got their beds. I have to make sure I have all warm bedding because since we usually do our camping in the last part of the year, it's kind of warm and cold. Living in Missouri, the weather changes quite a bit. And so we have to kind of make sure I get warm blankets and cold blankets, and then I gotta pack warm clothes and cold clothes, kind of depending on all of that. And then we packed a canopy, which the canopy was to help us get out of the rain because every year while we're camping, it rains. It's fall, it's gonna rain. So these are the things that we usually do to prep for a vacation every single year. We don't skip it every year. For about 6 years we've been doing this. So this is what we do when we prep for a vacation. So thanks.